What do you want? And what do you want to talk about? I'm pretty sure we both made it very clear to each other that there is no us. Everything that's happened is solely for the company, whatever the fuck that means. Whether it's some business agreement or some fucking little blurb none of us read. Yeah. Yes, I'm going to continue to watch my movie. Why am I acting bitter? I'm acting bitter? The only reason I act bitter towards you is because you act bitter towards me. Ever since the beginning, that's how it's been, and that's how it's always going to be. You made that clear. So, I'm only reciprocating what I've been given. After all, that is how relationships work. So, you're going to tell me to be the man of the house when all I do is work, come home, cook my own food, by the way, and sleep. And on the off chance I get a day off from work, I watch a movie. And most of the time, you come in, bitch and moan about something, and then you leave. And usually you bitch and moan about the fact that I'm still here. And at this point, I should just buy another house. We don't have to be together. We just decided to stay in the same fucking house. For whatever reason, that is. This isn't an argument. I'm just spouting facts. It's not even an argument. It is what it is. Alright, now if you came in here to talk about who's getting the bed tonight, you can have it tonight. Alright, I'll sleep here on the couch. That's fine. And what is it that you want to try out exactly? I mean, why? I remember one of the first few things that you had told me was that you didn't want anything to happen. You didn't even want to attempt a friendship. Right? It's only been a couple months, granted, so I might honestly be mixing up what you said, but ultimately a lot of what you said was, hey, leave me the fuck alone. I don't want to argue about it. I don't want to talk about it. Alright, it is what it is. Ultimately, I can't really find another woman because I'm forced to wear this ring. And, you might be asking, why don't you just take it off when you leave? Well, realistically, it's actually kind of stuck on my finger. It was a little too small, so I can't really take it off. It is pretty funny, isn't it? It's a little bit cynical, but it's called Mine. I'm assuming it's a B movie. I don't know, it has a very high production value and fairly good cinematics. But it's literally a movie about a landmine. Well, this guy right here, his name is Mike. And Mike and his friend, who, obviously is dead because he's not here, they both stepped on landmines. However, Mike's did not set off immediately, and his foot is now stuck onto the mine. So the objective is to survive. It's kind of it's a stupid movie concept, but it's done really nice. So I don't know. I think I'm halfway through it. I've been like half paying attention because it's like I know I kind of know what happened. I read it. I read about it on Reddit, so I kind of know what happened. I mean, you're welcome to join. I'm not annoyed. I'm just curious. You've piqued my interest, so to speak. Because all week you haven't bitched and moaned. All week you've been cooking for the both of us. You've been cleaning a lot more. Usually I clean. Well, okay, to be fair, we do balance that load, so that's fair. Doing all these strange acts of good around the house, and around me, more specifically. So it's a little concerning, or, questionable. Did like a long lost family member of mine die and I inherited his will or something? And what have you been thinking about? So the past week, you've been doing all this so you could sit down and have a fairly, what's the word, cordial conversation about wanting to try something out. Okay. And what is it that you want to try out? Are you sure you're not fucking with me? What's made you have this sudden change of heart? Your father, yeah. Okay, that's a very fair, it's a very fair thing to say. You know, your father and my father happen to be the people that put us in this fucking situation to begin with. Say it's what, for the better, for worse, until death, right? Jokes aside, or, well, judgments aside, what does trying this genuinely mean to you? Well, I mean, I guess I'd be willing to. The thing that's blocking me from fully committing to what this would be considered, which is a relationship, is the fact that this is very sudden for you. Although we've only known each other a fair couple months, you're not this type of person. Often, before you make a decision on something, you take a long time to process, understand most of your options, and then pick the one that most suits you. And yes, I do pay attention. There's a lot of things I pay attention to, but I think that's just the fact that, we're kind of stuck in the same house for long periods of time. Just like the fact that I know for whatever reason you like buying flowers that are more of a aesthetic color. I I don't I don't know the actual words for it, but basically you like blues, violets, kind of like dark mellow colors. That's what I consider like blues and purples and stuff like that. Another thing I've noticed is the fact that you don't like crust on your sandwiches. You're also like me in the sense that you don't really use spoons for like fruit cups. What else? I don't know why I don't know why I paid attention to these little things. I mean, I know what you're trying to get me to say, but I'm not gonna. Ultimately, I do care about you in a sense. From the start, I was always willing. It's just the fact that, you know, you were very bitter from the start. So, I guess that was just chance for me to sit back and be more defensive. And you get what I'm saying? I feel I'm rambling a little bit. I'm also paying attention to the movie, so I'm not 100% sure what I said was right. I guess if we want to start taking this seriously, the one thing we should be is honest. Now, ultimately, I'm okay with the fact that you may hate me, or you may not. That's just facts to me. I'm okay with that. I'm not gonna sit here and be a pretend husband if you don't want me to be. But if you do, that's also fine. I'm willing to take this and run with it. Sounds like a plan to me.